Hey guys, Tisha here, and we are back for a different type of review. This is Love and Marriage DC, and this is my first time actually reviewing them. Some of you had DM'd me and asked me if I would consider it, so here I am. We'll see how it goes. Let me begin by saying that I caught up with everything. I watched all of season 1 and all of season 2, so I know that we had an abrupt to be continued ending where we saw Ashley and Joy arguing about Ashley spilling the beans about Joy and Clifton being married because it was supposed to remain a secret. It was to the point that even production didn't realize that these people were married. They thought that they were engaged. So we begin the episode picking right back where they left off in season 2 with Joy storming out of the house and Raina and Ashley arguing to the point where production asks Raina to step outside and Ashley asks her to leave. I agree that it was childish for Ashley to be mad at Raina for checking on Joy because this whole situation seems very high school to me. I'm going to be leaving out certain parts, but if I leave out something that you all want to talk about, let me know. I feel that Joy had every reason to be upset that Ashley disclosed her marital status the way she did because she only did it because she felt like Joy was talking about her. Rather than finding out if Joy was talking about her, she just decided to be petty and tell her best friend. She didn't even tell her husband, but she told her best friend, well, they're already married. And she knew that it was supposed to be a secret. But I also look at Joy and I'm like, Joy, if y'all weren't friends, if y'all were establishing a friendship, why would you disclose something that was so personal to you? Doesn't make sense to me. But Joy feels like at this point with everything that's happened that Ashley is her enemy. Meanwhile, Ashley feels like she deserves credit because she pitched Joy and Clifton for the show. And as Arena and Ashley are arguing at some point, we find out that Arena pitched her too. This is the type of person I am. If you want to do me a favor, if you want to put my name in rotation, don't do it because you're later going to throw it in my face if I don't do something that you like or if I don't kiss your tail. Do it because you want to do it out of the kindness of your heart, because I refuse to be in debt to you. At the end of the day, I believe that Joy probably didn't even want to go to the party. She probably wanted to be with her man who was going through his health things. But I'm sure that production more than likely asked her to be there and told her that she needed to make a quick appearance. So we see Joy and Clifton later on. Clifton has had back surgery. He had some complications. Joy has picked him up from the rehab facility that he's at. So that he can have a decent meal before he goes back. I don't understand why Joy didn't bring him food along with this outing, but I guess the decent meal is going to come from where they're at. They talk about the events of the previous night, and she said that she went in actually wanting to clear the air, but that's not what happened. I feel like her energy said otherwise, because if you really went in wanting to clear the air, then the first two people that I think you would seek out and speak to are the people whose home that is, but that's not what she did. So I'm not looking at Joy like her hands are completely clean either. Joy has a problem with not really expressing herself. Like, to me, she lets things build up and then she explodes, because Joy says a lot in confessionals that she doesn't say to that person's face. And we didn't get her actually telling Ashley how she felt until she got to that point where she blew up. Joy says she has a problem with the fact that Ashley apologized, but it didn't seem sincere. And I say, why didn't you tell her that when she said it to you? They should have had that discussion outside of the party. The right place to have it would have been in a different environment where this wasn't supposed to be celebratory. It made no sense for her to come in that house the way that she did and think that they were going to come to some mutual understanding. Clifton says that they're not there because of anybody pitching them. They're there because of Carlos King, because that's who makes the final decisions. And I would think that it's a combination of both. Ashley does not like the fact that Raina ran behind Joy. Raina feels like when it comes down to it, Ashley is jealous of the relationship that Joy and Raina have developed. I think that Ashley may not be jealous, but Ashley very much so wants to be the focal point of this franchise. I think that once Monique left, she thought that she would be the fixture, but Raina holds her own the same way Ashley holds her own. So they're both trying to be number one, but y'all are standing near each other. Like, let it go. It's not that big of a deal. I liked Ashley in season 1. I did not care for her that much in season 2, and I'm interested in seeing what happens now in season 3 because so far I'm not feeling it. I don't like the way it's looking, okay? We get a quick montage of all the different cast members, the A cast and the B cast, and see how they spent the rest of their year. And now we have caught up to January 2023. So we're still, significantly behind. Winter is still dating Yusha. They've at this point spent birthdays together and holidays together. They're ice skating, and while ice skating, they talk and discuss their relationship and taking it a step further. And Winter says that she feels like it's time that he meets some important family members, mainly her kids. She wants them to both introduce family together, and he says that he feels like they should as well. They talk about how long she plans on abstaining, and her desire is to do it until marriage. Now, I said, okay, if she wants to abstain till marriage, maybe that's why she married the other guy so quickly. And that's all great. I'm not going to knock her for that. He says if there's cookies in his house, he's going to eat them, but he's solid on waiting. He's committed to staying the course no matter how hard it gets. I'm not knocking it if it's for spiritual reasons. If she's trying to use this as a means of control or something like that, then it's a no. But if you don't want to do something because you're convicted not to do it, then even if it's not spiritual, if it's just something that you don't feel comfortable with it, then I'm all for it. Winter is complaining about how she doesn't like that he sometimes doesn't express certain things, but I don't feel like that's true because she talks about how often they communicate all throughout the day and things of that nature and how great it is. I think that she's not getting what she wants to hear for him. What is true is that she said that she told him that she loves him, and his response was, "I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that with me." What she wanted was an "I love you too," but it is not his job to say that if that's not the way he feels. Don't force that man to say what you want to hear. He says he understands that her love language is words of affirmation, and he's working on speaking to that more the way that she needs. But he also wants her to pay attention to the fact that his actions are going to also show that he cares along with his words. And I feel like that's fair. We then see Quick and Clifton meet, and I don't understand what the purpose of this was. We find out that Clifton had complications. He had blood clots on his spine. He thought that the recovery was going to be a lot quicker than it is. And now it's not. He is still in rehab, but he's in occupational, I guess. So he's in and out, and he has that 3 times a week. Clifton says he don't understand why they're even talking about this. He doesn't feel like they should be involved. And I agree with Clifton. They should not be involved. I don't feel like husbands should get into ladies' drama. I feel like at some point they will figure it out for themselves. Quick tells him what happened. Clifton don't believe all that he's saying. I don't need Quick to say what was said if he didn't see it for himself, because sometimes things get lost in a telephone game. Clifton doesn't believe that Joy would say or act the way that he's saying that she did. Only thing I can say is show the tape and then come to whatever conclusions you may come to. Clifton just isn't feeling it because Ashley told their business and he doesn't feel it was their place. Now, Clifton made a statement that had me looking at him side-eye, because he said that because Ashley disclosed this information, everybody's level of excitement was up here. And now that it's been revealed, it's kind of down here. So they're not going to be as excited about a wedding as they would have been before. And I personally would not be surprised if this whole wedding thing was them trying to shop something around. Because if you're already married, what is the big deal about hurrying up and planning a wedding now? I think they wanted to have it for the show. And I think that maybe they wanted to do it with Ready to Love where they came from, or maybe they wanted to show it on this. I don't know. But maybe they wanted to make it so either one of those companies will want to show it, and now they may not have it. Y'all let me know what you think. I don't understand why Quick is acting so oblivious to the reason why Clifton and Joy would be upset. His wife shouldn't have said anything. It wasn't her news to tell. It wasn't her place. So him acting like he doesn't understand why Joy is so bothered or why Clifton is bothered is dumb. Bottom line, Clifton thinks she's jealous. I don't think that she's jealous of them, but I do think that Ashley wants to secure what she believes is her position. We then see Joy and Raina meet up at the hardware store. They pick out paint. Well, they're supposed to be picking out paint, but we don't see them look at any for this basement at Raina's. They talk about what happened, and Joy doesn't understand why it went left. It went left because neither one of them had the right frame of mind when it came time for that discussion. They were both wrong. Point blank. Like, you can't act like Ashley came out of midfield with her feeling away when you, the last time she saw her, you didn't even want to really give her a hug. You didn't want to embrace her. You didn't want to talk about the situation. You didn't tell her you were coming to her house. You show up to her house and you don't say anything. You're walking around, and at some point, she pulls you, y'all talk, and y'all get in each other's faces. It's just like, you both were wrong. I'm going to call it like I see it. They were both wrong. Things were said. It got too hot. It got too heated. Ashley said some things. Joy said some things. It just was a hot mess. End scene. We then see Ashley and Rena meet. Ashley called Rena to clear the air. Ashley was bothered that Rena wasn't checking on her friend. She did not like the fact that when the whole situation happened, Rena followed behind Joy and went outside to talk to her and then came back in to check on Ashley. What does it matter? She's a mutual friend of both. Just because you gave her the D for friendship doesn't mean that she owes you more loyalty than the next. I need Ashley to grow up, because she's like, I mean, it's my house. You should have checked on me because it's my house. Grow up. It's your house, which means most of the people that are there for you. You were in good hands. Joy was by herself with a friend. Clifton wasn't there for her. You have your husband and different family members. It's not that serious. You weren't in dire distress. Chill out. The production and whoever else was separating y'all. Rena says, I just went to who I saw first, and I saw her running out the door first, so I went behind her. She said, I didn't leave. I could have left. I came back, and then I asked you what happened. Ashley should not take that out on Rena. Rena isn't going to back down. She says the both of them are both, very opinionated. They both go to that place. Ashley says the only reason why it didn't escalate into something else is because of how she feels about Rena. Rena isn't trying to hear anything that's coming out of Ashley's mouth. And that is the end. I know this was quick, but I'm not going to fluff it and give you all that other stuff in between. If there's something I didn't mention, put it down below. Let's do this, because comments on Love and Marriage Anything is always skimp. Tell me, who do you think was wrong? Ashley or Joy? Put it down below. Please like the video if you have not done so already. Make your comment down there and subscribe. And until next time.